Oh God, this should never happen on the earth. Their main meal is tree bark. Rafi's praying to eat a meal once a day. A baby is sucking at his mother's breast, which doesn't produce milk. These babies are crying who have had AIDS since birth and wailing because of pain and hunger. These children long for human affection as much as they feel hungry. And they yearn to be loved by someone, anyone. This handicapped child, named Mino, who stank badly with night oil and dirts. He didn't want to let me go because he misses his mother's arms. My heart is dead and broken. Abandoned children because of AIDS, disability, or hunger. Children who have distended stomachs because of an intestinal worm. Please, help Africa's abandoned children. African children's laughter always makes my heart flutter. However, most African children live in hunger and suffering without eating a meal a day. Why do these children live in so much misery? For African children suffering from famine and disease, there is no school of developing their dreams. It has a classroom with a blackboard and earthen floor only, even though it is a school. Dozens of children study and huddle together in a small space. The severe poverty makes it impossible to buy textbooks or school supplies. A long commuting distance, which takes them 2 hours. The schools which have no drinking water or sanitary facilities. The classrooms which have no decent desks and chairs, and no protection even from rain and wind. This is the current situation of Africa's education. Even if they have different lifestyles and features, they are the precious children whom I have to take care of. With I Love Africa, I have met many African children in Africa. Every time I see children's black eyes that are full of pain, my heart aches for them. Even at this moment, a lot of African children are dying of poverty, hunger, AIDS, and diseases. One child is dying every 6 seconds, losing their eyes every 7 minutes due to vitamin A deficiency. 2,000 children dying of AIDS a day on average. The children are suffering only because of being born in poverty-stricken countries. The children try to sleep when they feel hungry, and they have to bear hunger whenever they wake up. If there is something I can do for these children, it may be the happiest thing that I can ever do since I was born.
아, 정이 그리워가지고 근데 안 떨어질라.
In Africa, there is no welfare system which provide the children with daycare service instead of their parents who must go to work. Out of 48 poor countries whose cost of living is only $1 a day in the world, there are 32 countries in Africa. For the African children who live no longer in hunger and grow well, please be their family through sharing.
이 나라 대통령도 되고요. 하고 싶은 훌륭한 일 하세요. 너무 예뻐요. 선생님 말씀 잘 듣고 공부 잘 하고요. 건강하고요. 튼튼하게 알아서 훌륭한 사람 되세요.
With only 50 cents, we can provide daily meals for African children. Think about it. We can buy 2 cups of coffee from a vending machine, or 2 packs of gum for 50 cents. However, with only 50 cents, African children can be given precious meals. On this earth, if we share with each other, there's enough food and medicine that we can all use. At the very least, don't you think children should not be starving to death or lose their life for a 40-cent antibiotic?
처음에는 굉장히 이렇게 마음이 아팠는데 지금은 그런 대로 아이들에게 제가 줄 수 있는 환경이 되어서 기쁩니다.
Even though bullets stopped, it doesn't mean that the war is over. African children who really need our help. I hope that these children cannot suffer anymore.
They go, of course, into the incubator. We have recently.
아기들이 지금 인큐베이터에 누워 있어요. 아직 10달을 못 채우고 나온 아이들이에요. 근데 이 아이들이 에이즈 보균자입니다. 부모로부터 태어날 때부터 받은 에이즈 보균자죠.
The survivors have to come face to face with horrible hunger and disease more cruel than death. AIDS is another disaster that Africa is facing. Black angels I met had to fight against AIDS right after birth.
이 아줌마가 누군가? 잘 먹었어요. 트름 해야지. 트름 합시다. 자, 오케이. 배도 부르고 이제 잠을 한숨 주무셔야 되겠네요. 자, 이제 꿈나라로 가셔야 되겠네. 이봐, 트름했어. 잘 드셨어. 고기 안 얹으려고 지금. 이거 안 울잖아. 이 아가가 이 그네에 앉아놓으니까 우네요. 이 엄마 손이 그리워가지고 이 손 안에 품 안에 오니까 이 울음을 뚝 그쳤어요.
African children are vulnerable to most diseases because of malnutrition and insanitary environments. The typical diseases that kill children are malaria, pneumonia, and diarrhea. Especially, more than 500 million children contract malaria every year. Even now, 1 child is dying of malaria every 30 seconds. I don't know why these lovable children have to suffer like this. In fact, these kinds of diseases can be cured if the children can just eat nutritious meals and live in clean environments with simple remedies. One side is so full, the other side is dying of hunger with trembling hands. I always pray for children who suffer in the world and their laughter and happiness. Now, we are dreaming of the new vision for I Love Africa and Korean missionaries who serve in Africa.
예, 여기는 미국 침례 교단에서 운영하고 있는 이 브레켄허스트라고 컨퍼런스 센터입니다. 또 여기에 그 게스트하우스가 있어서 다른 일반적인 게스트하우스보다도 아주 저렴하게 여기서 선교 경청하면서 운영하고.
We will share a seed of sharing to the world for the better future of Africa.
이제는 우리도 이렇게 베이스 캠프가 있어야 될 때입니다. 우리가 한국에서 많은 지원으로 이렇게 토탈 미션 선교센터를 세워서 이들에게 뒤에서 큰 후원을 해야 될 때이라고 이렇게 생각합니다.
More than 1.2 million African children die from polluted water each year. African children need 20 liters of water a day for survival. If we give only 1/20th of water we consume to African children, we can save many dying children's lives. With Maasai women, I walked about 4 kilometers along a long, dusty road. Then we barely could get a small quantity of water from a well. The shocking reality that they should cook and drink with muddy water. I can't do anything for them.
제가 지금 물동이를 이고 와보니까요. 이 물동이를 이고 16길을 이 마사이 여인들이 걸어 다녔다는 사실이 너무너무 가슴이 아파요. 잠시 이었는데도 굉장히 무겁고 이 물 때문에 인생을 다 허비하고 제가 지금 느끼는 거는 우물을 많이 파줘야 되겠다. 이분들에게 생명의 물을 드리는 일을 우리 아이러브 아프리카가 지속적으로 해야 되겠다. 제가 지금 이 생각뿐입니다.
A barren land where it rains only 10 days the entire year, and there is no water even after digging.
아프리카 마사이 원주민에게 우물을 파주는 바로 그 현장입니다.
I Love Africa conducts a relay campaign of digging a well in the native village. The reason why we can't stop this challenge is that water is life for Africans.
물이 깨끗하지 않지만 이 물도 귀한 이 땅에서 이 웅덩이 파는 일은 저에게 가장 큰 기쁨이고 보람입니다.
If there is a well in the town, people don't need to look for water all day. Please, join us to make this miracle happen in Maasai and throughout Africa. Thank you so much. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your sharing. It's time to need your love. It's time to need your sharing. Now, don't hesitate to share. Now, please show your love. Your love can save lives of Africa who are wailing in pain and despair. NGO I Love Africa will be with you.